Right now on Denver 7 News at 5 o'clock, anxiety has sparked as people along the Front Range leave their homes due to fire danger, which could soon be a year-round concern.
Everybody's at risk. So the most important thing right now is everyone needs to have a plan.
While Florida lawmakers are going after Disney, Colorado Governor Jared Polis says he'd welcome the company with open arms. So could Space Mountain really come to our mountains?
Also, it is Game 3 tonight in the Nuggets playoff run. How they plan to get back on track after a rocky start so far. They've got to dig out of a 2-game hole.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us on this Thursday morning. I'm Brian Sanders.
And I'm Nicole Brady. It's a must win.
Triple must.
Triple must tonight. Lisa Hidalgo taking a look outside today, and that wind back again, Lisa.
Especially tomorrow. Today's not going to be awful. Today will be a lot like yesterday. We saw wind gusts at about 20 to near 25 miles per hour. It's enough, though, that if there were to be a fire, we're going to see that spread, again, a lot faster than it would if it was calmer. Right now, speeds are at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. It's going to get warm, quite a bit warmer than yesterday. We're going to be in the upper 60s by 12 o'clock by lunchtime, hitting highs right around 78 to near 80 degrees. So pretty warm up and down the Front Range. And again, those wind speeds, not as bad as what we're going to see tomorrow. It is going to get really gusty tomorrow. And in fact, tomorrow afternoon, we're going to be about 5 degrees warmer than what we'll see today. So Jason, from upper 70s today to low 80s tomorrow. We are going to be under a Denver 7 weather action day tomorrow for the high fire danger. We'll talk more about that coming up.
Some of the truckers are talking about some of the winds blowing around a little bit, but not that bad for us here this morning. As you're looking at C470 out to the west side of town, this is the eastbound side or southbound side, if you want to call it that. Getting down to Ken Carroll looks pretty good for us up to I-70 as well on the westbound side. Take a look at the drive on I-70. Had some road work here, both on the construction side as well as the road work that they're doing on the other side of I-25 over for that wall replacement project over by Lowell and Tennyson. You can see from right now the drive times over there. It doesn't look too bad. A lot of green for us here this morning on either side of I-25, and that includes over here through the major part of the Central 70 project. To or from the airport, that looks great. No problems for us to the south side. West side of town also nice and quiet.
We do have some breaking news this morning as we keep our eye on that fire danger. Multiple homes have been destroyed by a new wildfire burning in the San Luis Valley. We expect to get an update today from fire officials who say they have stopped the fire from advancing. This is in the town of Bonavista. Vista. There were widespread evacuations ordered for the town of just 4,000 people. That is down to just a few streets.
And another fire sparked in Boulder County, prompting evacuations in the Table Mountain area between Boulder and Longmont. Those people were able to go home overnight, and no structures were threatened. Our Veronica Acosta is talking about this now, and fire danger, of course, year-round now, and first responders are getting a lot of practice helping people escape more safely.
That's exactly it. Very different than it used to be, right? That Table Mountain fire was thankfully put out fairly quickly with the hard work of those fire crews. But it's just another reminder of our new normal. A fire season, no more. Instead, fires year round. At a moment's notice, everything can change for people and, of course, their animals, too. They all have to be prepared to get to safety when a fire gets just a little too close to home. And in yesterday's case, that Table Mountain fire grew to be more than 50 acres. A wireless emergency alert that was issued for evacuees, but like in a previous case, it was received by some who weren't in that evacuation zone. Despite that, those in the nearby area, they were ready, and they say they have been for some time now.
The fires just keep happening, and now I think that people are extremely responsive.
This is going to be our new normal. Yeah, I hate for that to be the reality. And I live just east of here, but that's what we've come to accept, is that we all need to be better prepared to handle these types of situations.
So the big message from first responders is now is the time for all of us to make those emergency evacuation plans. That means figuring out what we have to grab, where we're going to go, and of course practicing with the entire family so we're all ready if a fire breaks out just a little too close to home. In studio, I'm Veronica Acosta. Denver 7.
Yeah, and it seems it could happen almost anywhere now. Thank you, Veronica. Boulder County is filing a motion asking the court to dismiss a lawsuit from one of the companies that lost a bid for the Marshall fire debris removal contract. Florida-based Ceres Environmental Services filed the lawsuit 2 weeks ago. It claims the county secretly negotiated with the winning contractor to adjust its timeline and pricing. The county's attorney says that is not true. Cleanup started Tuesday. Officials will assess properties in the 37E burn area near Lyons this week. That fire started Friday and was contained to 114 acres on Sunday. While no building damage was initially reported, the county says these assessments are an important step to make sure properties that had fire on them get a fair valuation of any damage. The assessors will be in Larimer County vehicles, and they will have their county IDs with them.
And it isn't just Colorado either. Fires are sparking all over the southwestern U.S. right now. In northern Arizona, 19,000 acres have already burned near Flagstaff because of the tunnel fire. As of last check, 700 people were still out of their homes and 25 buildings have been destroyed. Right now, there's no containment on the fire either. USA Today reports the flames reached 100 feet tall and that high winds are helping spread it.
Well, if you've lived here last summer, if you lived through it, you have seen the days where the mountains disappear or downtown Denver disappears from the view because of smoke and air pollution. The American Lung Association is releasing its State of the Air report today. Every county in the metro area and also Larimer and Weld counties got Fs in this new report for ozone pollution.
Ozone, if it's not on your viewers' minds, ozone should absolutely be something that we're watching out for. We're checking air quality days. If you or a loved one has asthma or another chronic lung disease or higher risk levels, you should definitely be checking your air quality levels.
And you can check pollution levels on the website airnow.gov. On days with high pollution, you should limit your time outside, avoid driving, and if you do have to drive with your windows rolled up.
Quick update on the situation in Ukraine this morning. Russian President Vladimir Putin is now ordering his forces to not storm Mariupol. That's because officials say the area is securely blocked. It comes as Russia released video of an intercontinental ballistic missile test. President Biden is expected to announce another $800 million in military aid for Ukraine as early as today.
Well, how about having the Matterhorn in the Rocky Mountains? Governor Polis is pitching bringing some Disney magic to Colorado as Florida lawmakers go after the company. Now, obviously, this is probably a tongue-in-cheek offer, but for context, Disney is massive, covering 27,000 acres in Florida. It's easily the world's largest theme park, about 3 times the size of the city of Littleton. To give you some context and what that might look like here. Governor Polis expressed on Twitter his desire to give Disney a home in the Centennial State because of politics. Jessica Crawford joins us. The governor joking here maybe, but he is pretty serious about Florida's governor and their attacks on Disney, calling it authoritarian and socialist, and that's not all.
That's right, Nicole. And our governor even offered to give full asylum to Mickey and Minnie here. And here's a look at that tweet that he sent out. This comes after Florida Governor Ron DeSantis moved to take away some of Disney's privileges in Florida. This is after Disney came out against a gay rights bill that some called discriminatory. Then on Tuesday, DeSantis gave a speech in which he announced that his state would look into holding the Twitter board of directors accountable for refusing Elon Musk's bid to buy the company. Our governor on Twitter is saying he'd be happy to see both companies in the Centennial State. He tweeted this in part, "In Colorado, we don't meddle in affairs of companies like Disney or Twitter. Hey Disney, we're ready for Mountain Disneyland, and Twitter, we are ready for Twitter HQ." Well, so far we have not heard back from either of those companies on if they're planning to fully relocate here to Colorado, but we do know one thing's for sure. Twitter's head offices are mostly in San Francisco, but there are some offices here in Boulder. And as far as having a Mountain Disney, you know, it might be nice, even though it would be huge, like you said, Nicole, it might be nice to, you know, not have to hop a flight so far to be able to enjoy that.
Yeah, Matterhorn, Space Mountain, Runaway Mine Train.
Rides, yeah.
I mean, the possibilities are endless. The Nuggets will try to get back on track in their playoff series against the Warriors tonight. Game 3 is at Ball Arena. The Nuggets are down 2-0, though. Nikola Jokic will be back on the court after being ejected in the game Monday, and the confrontation between Will Barton and Boogie Cousins in that game has also been resolved. Coach Michael Malone says the team needs to be more aggressive, though, and if the players don't get that message tonight, it could be a 4-game sweep Tip-off is 8 o'clock tonight. Game 4 would be Sunday afternoon at 1:30. You can watch that game right here on Denver 7. Lisa.
Yeah, hopefully that home court advantage helps us out. I'll have your forecast for tonight's game if you're heading down to Denver coming up here in just a few minutes. Take a look at your wake-up forecast, though. We're in the 40s and even some 50s right now. We're going to be at about 67 degrees by lunch, 70s near 80 this afternoon. It's really nice. A light breeze today, much windier tomorrow. We'll take a closer look at the high fire danger on Friday coming up.
Overall, the drive doesn't look too bad for us here this morning, including across 6th Avenue, looking in from Lakewood, West Denver, and you can see that eastbound side moving along just fine. The westbound side also moving along just fine here at Sims Union. So a nice quiet start overall to the morning drive.
There is a new recall alert this morning, and it's for something you use in your kitchen daily. The safety concerns from GE on their refrigerator.
And a new bill being signed today that's the first of its kind. How it's going to help students with disabilities better access higher education.